Hello there, Belle here. Going to be doing a video on the Marksman Hunter. Let's check out the Marksman Hunter's legendary artifact, that is. This is a pretty nifty little thing here. Let's just check it out. I apologize that the gnome is so tiny. Might not be able to see how epic it is because it's super miniature, but it's cute nonetheless. I could show you here for a little bit of a better picture. She's super teeny tiny, so that probably is not helping. Also, if you have not seen the new stat window, it is a little bit squished, is a tiny bit smaller, does make it a lot easier for you to get the information that you need as far as that goes. So let's talk about Marksman Hunter. I don't hunter a lot. I have a small, a tiny level hunter. It's not really something, I do on a daily basis, but I have played hunter a couple times and I have enjoyed it. I had to go through with I actually played Beastmaster to get the artifact acquisition and the order hall for the videos that I did, but I do enjoy hunters actually. A lot of utility, a lot of movement, a lot of mobility. So let's talk about what it looks like to be a Marksman Hunter in Legion. So your focus is here as far as being for your core combat abilities are going to be Arcane Shot, Mark Shot, Aim Shot. You've got your Hunter's Mark, which is your passive ability, Multi-Shot, and Bursting Shot. Those are going to be your core focused abilities. As you see here, not sure what they took away as I don't main a Hunter, but here's what you're looking at. This is your current roundup of spells. Now, let's go into the talents. For your first set of talents, you have Lone Wolf. This is a passive ability. It increases damage by 20%, but you no longer have a pet. You also have Steady Focus. This is also a passive ability. This does use Arcane Shot or Multi-Shot 3 times in a row, increases your focus regeneration by 20% for 10 seconds. You also have True Aim. This is a passive ability. Each successive Arcane Shot or Aim Shot fired at the same target increases the damage those shots deal to the target by 2%. This does stack up to 10 times. However, it limits to 1 target. Your next set here is going to be your Explosive Shot. This is an instant ability. It's on a 30-second cooldown. Fires a slow-moving munition directly forward. Activating this ability a second time detonates the shot, dealing an extreme amount of damage here. This is 203k with just my base stats and gear. Fire damage to all enemies within 8 yards. Damage is, of course, based on your proximity, but it's an instant ability and a 30-second cooldown. That's a pretty beefy ability. You also, in that same talent set, you have an instant ability that's a 14.3 second cooldown, which is your Black Arrow. Now, this does fire a Black Arrow at the target, dealing 81k shadow damage over 8 seconds and summoning a dark minion to taunt it for the duration of that spell. When you kill an enemy, the remaining cooldown of the Black Arrow is reset, which is pretty nice. In the same set, you also have Trick Shot. This is a passive ability. Aim Shot will now also ricochet and hit all vulnerable targets for 30% of the normal damage. You also have, for your third set, you have Post Haste. Disengage also frees you from movement snare impairing effects and increases your movement speed by 60% for 8 seconds. You have Far Strider. This is a passive ability. Your ability Critical Strikes have a 10% chance to reset the remaining cooldown on your disengage. And of course, the good old Standby Dash. This is a passive ability. Increases the duration of aspects of the cheetah by 3 seconds, which right now it looks like 3 seconds, and then you have a 9-second for 30% of that. So it's going to give you an extra 3 seconds, which is pretty cool. You also have, for your level 60, you have Careful Aim. This is a passive ability. Aim Shot, Arcane Shot, Mark Shot, and Multi-Shot have a 20% increased critical strike chance against targets above 80% health. And those critical strikes deal an additional 30% damage over 8 seconds. Your next set, you have Heightened Vulnerability. This is also an instant ability, a small 20-second cooldown. Your next Mark Shot does apply 3 stacks of vulnerable to all marked targets, which I was noticing here. I was learning a little bit about huntering and what vulnerable does in relation to your Mark Shot. And then in the same set, you also have Patient Sniper. This is a passive ability. Gain the patience of a veteran sniper, increasing your maximum focus by 30 and causing mark shot to apply Deadeye instead of vulnerable. Deadeye increases your mark shot and aim shot damage by 150% for 8 seconds, which is pretty nice. For your level 75, you have Binding Shot. This is an instant. It's a 40-second cooldown. This does fire a magical projectile, tethering the enemy and any other enemies within 5 yards for a total of 10 seconds. It does stun them for 5 of those 10 seconds if they move more than 5 yards away from the arrow. Wyvern Sting. This is, it requires, it's a 1.43 second cast, which that's not really a long cast time, but it's not really a short cast time either. It is on a 45-second cooldown. A stinging shot that puts the target to sleep, incapacitating them for 30 seconds. Damage will cancel the effect. It is usable while moving. You also have Camouflage. You blend into the surroundings and gain strength for 1 minute. While camouflaged, you heal for 2% every 1 second. So this is an instant ability. It's on a 1 minute cooldown, which isn't too bad. I actually feel like I want to see what this looks like. So we're gonna grab that just because I'm interested. For your level 90, you have the Murder of Crows. This is the one talent that I absolutely hate in PvP. I call it the Flock of Seagulls. I'm not making fun of you, hunters. Whenever I am getting attacked and this is happening to me, I'm like, seriously, the Flock of Seagulls. It is the most annoying thing in PvP, but obviously hunters use it for a reason. It is an instant ability. It is on a 1 minute cooldown. Summons a flock. See? Flock. I said Flock of Seagulls, guys. Summons a flock of crows to attack your target, dealing us. This is so much damage. I hate this. 538k physical damage over 15 seconds. When a target dies while affected by this ability, its cooldown is reset. Pew, pew, I hate it all. We also have Barrage. Rapidly fire a spray of shots for 2.9 seconds, dealing 376k physical damage to the target and an average about, from these base stats here, 188k physical damage to each other enemy in front of you. This is, of course, usable while moving. You also have Volley. This is an instant ability. Has a small little 5.72 second cooldown. Launches a volley of shots at the target area, dealing 130k physical damage over 6 seconds. Now, last but not least, this is going to be these are usually your most fun ones because they're your level 100. Sidewinders. This is an instant ability. Has a small 11-second recharge. Launches Sidewinders that travel through the target, weaving back and forth and dealing it deals 67k nature damage to the target they hit. Cannot hit the same target twice. Does apply vulnerable to all targets hit. Now keep in mind with the numbers that I've been giving you, I have the base PvP gear as well as my artifact weapon. This Sidewinders is also going to generate 70 focus, which you are going to need. It does replace multi-shot. Headshot is an instant ability. It's a 30-second cooldown. A powerful shot which deals up to 374 physical damage to the target and up to about 187 physical damage to all enemies between you and the target, which is pretty legit. This is by far my favorite named ability, which is called the Lock and Load. This is a passive ability. Your ranged auto attacks have a 10% chance to trigger Lock and Load, causing your next 2 aim shots to cost no focus and to be instant. So I really, really like that. And your aim shot... yeah, that's pretty cool. So let's... which one are we going to do? Let's do Headshot. Let's see what that's all about. I want to go in and do Cha-Cha, so let's see. I don't really know much about hunting, but I'm going to give you... I want to see if you guys notice a difference in any kind of the animations or anything like that. So here's your Windburst is the ability that you get from your... this is the ability that you do get from your... That was pretty cool. That's your artifact weapon ability. That's pretty awesome. So we've got that. You guys will have... I don't know if they've changed the way that you guys... the way this looks. If there's any new spell animations, you guys will have to let me know, because I don't know if these are actually new. That's kind of cool. There's your headshot. There's all your things. We're clicking the buttons. That feels pretty nice. Pretty awesome. Got lots of stuff happening. We'll click that just for shits and giggles. I don't really Focuses on the power of wind. Oh, that's kind of cool. It does a pretty good amount of damage. So that's just the very first of the artifact abilities that you do get when you get your artifact weapon, is that one. That's the very first one that you get when you acquire your artifact. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty nice, pretty awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed just seeing those little tiny bit of spell animations. If you guys are watching this video, do me a favor and give me a little like. If this is your first time visiting PWNCAST, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I hope you enjoyed this video. Just wanted to give you guys a little visual and breakdown of Legion Alpha and what it looks like to be a Marksman Hunter. If you guys have any questions or you want to talk about what you just saw, please feel free to comment on the video below. Thank you so much for watching.